Hello, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for the week of August 23rd to the 29th. I know we're in the third week of August already. I'm going to do kind of the same thing I normally do. We're using the Murder of Crow Tarot, and then think about a yes or no kind of question. We'll use the Lenormand Tarot to kind of get the oracle message from it, as well as whether your yes or no is going to be a positive. With the Lenormands, they could also be a maybe. So it all depends on what comes out. So think really hard right now at the beginning of the video about what your yes or no question is. My goodness, my French wants to come out today. So think about what your yes or no question is and really kind of put a little bit of heart into it. And then we will get to the yes or no portion right at the end. And what do you think, guys? The giant hand's done. It looks quite different from the last time that you saw it. I have done an off-screen pre-shuffle of both decks quite extensively. It does save time for on camera. So let's get down to it and ask the cards for our messages for the week of August 23rd to the 29th. I'm not taking those guys because they're not being that great. Okay, one card per day, please. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for massive 30-minute messages here. Something nice and concise. I had a couple that were trying to flip out when I was doing the pre-shuffle. That guy we take. That whole pile? No. Way too many. All right, one more card for Wednesday. Trying to get 7 cards, one for each day of the week. How do you guys like the astrology post and the card of the day post? Are you guys liking those? Yes, no, leave a comment. Let me know how it's going for you. Oh, there we go, got a flipper. Oh yeah. Looking like towards the end of the week, we might be having some good stuff happening. Two more flipped out. They didn't jump out, they just kind of flipped over, but they made themselves known, so. And as much as they don't want to take 2 cards together, they were together. Okay. So overall, the energy of the week. 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands talks about stability. There's a lot of stability in your home, in your work. Happy stability. There could be some traveling involved as well, or movement forward, as we have Chariot. We then have Temperance and Strength. And we have the Hermit. So these together are major arcanas. And the minor arcana, 4 of Wands, talks about stability in the home, but we might have to push ourselves forward in order to get that stability, or in order to maintain it. We may have to travel for work in regards to keeping the stability. And it's going to take a lot of strength to do so, some strength and patience. But let your inner knowledge guide you, because this little guy, I'll show you up close. Raven in the cage, he's the Star card. So there's some hopes and wishes and dreams here, kind of in the background, wanting to be fulfilled. But there's going to be some strength needed in order to hold it all together while you work through this phase. Now on Monday, we do have 3 cards that came out, and they're an interesting, very interesting group. First of all, we have the King of Cups. Now, one thing that the King of Cups people forget is he's quite creative. So we may be having a lot of creativity or creative ideas that present themselves in a more masculine way. It's not necessarily, let's go pick up some glitter and crystals from the craft store. This is more of a, okay, let's think here, let's get creative. How are we solving problems while remaining true to ourselves? Because with the 4 of Pentacles, there's a good probability, and this is for Monday, that we're holding on too tightly to something that no longer fits us. And with the Ace of Swords, we are either going to be getting an opportunity that moves in quite quickly, quite swiftly. It kind of cuts through all the bullshit and the drama. Because let's face it, whenever there's a lot of emotions involved and someone's calling you stingy because you're hanging on too tightly to an idea, you may be gifted the truth. And the truth is going to set you free from this. So there's a lot going on Monday for you. On Tuesday, we're still mulling over what that Ace of Swords is all about, because we have the 8 of Swords. Now the Swords is talking about things that are going on in our minds. So with the 8 of Swords, we're feeling a little bit trapped in our situation, like there's no way out. But this Ace of Swords from yesterday, being Monday, is going to come in and help give you clarity and help cut you out of this prison, because on Wednesday, there's an opportunity that is going to come in quite fast. Now, this could also be a message. For me, I'm feeling like this is an opportunity, and it's going to come in, and it's going to be, we have a spot right now. Are you in? Are you coming? Are you taking this potential opportunity to do whatever it is that it is? It could be a job, it could be a trip, it could be, hey, let's go to camp. There's a potential course coming up, and there's 1 spot left, and the class had previously been full. Whatever this opportunity or message is that comes in through to you, you have to jump on it quickly. And if you do, it leads you to the 10 of Cups. Second happiest card in the deck. 10 of Cups is joy, celebration. You've come full circle. You're at the end of the cycle. It's the rainbows, puppies, and kittens. And it goes really well with the stability card. So don't forget, we've got the strength and the inner knowledge of what you know what you got to do. You've been hoping and wishing and dreaming for it, and it's taken a lot of strength and courage and patience to get here. Well, we get to celebrate that on Thursday. Tuesday, Thursday, making sure I'm on the right day. Thursday. Now on Friday, because of this opportunity that has you feeling so happy, you may have a lot of options or a lot of decisions that lay ahead. And don't be afraid to take a moment and sit back here for this one. This one can wait. You can muddle through it, write them all down, what your options are, do the pros and cons list, go through, strike stuff off. Okay, this option, put them in order, top to bottom, favorite to least, least to favorite. Do pros and cons, strike them off until you've only got 1 or 2 options left, and then it becomes a manageable decision. So that's for Friday. Now, on Saturday, we have the Sun card and the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords, he's the ruler. He is the thinker. He's the one who's getting the job done, and whatever all of these options were on Friday, maybe you're putting it down and waiting to deal with it on Saturday, because the King of Swords is the guy you want to be channeling he's got a lot of decisions to make, because he'll make them. And he doesn't care about how people feel about them. He will just make these decisions. But you are going to end up with a decision that leaves you happy in the long run. And then on Sunday, the Seven of Pentacles, talking about a little more patience, a little more waiting. You've been feeding an idea, you've been growing it, you've been nurturing it, you've been caring for it, and now you're waiting for the results of all of this. And this could also be a little bit of waiting for what these options are in front of you. Clarify the Seven of Cups, just to see what some of these options actually are. And I hope it's not too bright in here, because I had to shut the curtains because it was so stinking bright. Okay, you've got Death card and the Ten of Wands, the Hanging Man, Seven of Swords, and the Empress in regards to your options. And your options here are saying you've exhibited a lot of patience and a lot of nurturing. You've been trying to grow it and feed it, but now you're still left with all of these options. You are going to have to end some things. You're going to have to cut some things off and say, okay, this is no longer, I can't carry all of this with the Ten of Wands. And then you've got some self-deception here with the Seven of Swords. So when you're going through your options here with your to-do list, don't be deceiving yourself from the truth. Keep what you've been nurturing and working hard on. Keep it in consideration, but at the same time, if it's feeling heavy or like a burden, you gotta let it go. Stop hanging around, because this is imminent. If you don't make this decision on what this is that you've been trying to nurture and getting ready to birth, you're going to be left waiting, wondering what happened, what went wrong. And in reality, it's a lot of self-deception. So that is kind of the theme of the week. Now let's get your yes or no for the Lenormand Oracle. We have the Scythe. I will have to double check if this is a no, because I do think it could be a maybe card, but the Scythe is more of the death energy. It is cutting things out. It's removing. I haven't mastered this one, the Lenormand, yet. And as much as I despise this deck, I absolutely adore it. So the Scythe. Pay attention to the cards which face the blade where it does cut. So this is endings, decision, reaping, verdict, accident, harvest, rejection, release, sharp point, a sudden event, breakup, dissolution, gathering, collection, removing. Energy, it's a no, because you're not done. You're not actually harvesting what is coming in. You're still in the cutting phase. Just so I can show you how this is working. You have to let something end and die, basically, before you can move forward and collect your sunny, happy ways and go on your merry way. Whatever this is that needs to be cut out, it has to be cut out. You're being told this twice, and it has to end with the Death card. See if the Lenormand has anything else to say in regards to what has to be cut out. So the cosmos this week, we have the sun has just moved into the sign of Libra, which is talking about harvesting, being bountiful, but it's hard work. This is the sign of the worker. It's the worker bee, represented by the Virgin, who was bountiful. Believe it or not, the Virgin was almost a goddess statue, which is why they named an entire season for her. But this is the time of year where the harvests are coming in, everything is getting due. We are getting ready to reap what we have sown and worked on. Let's see if I can get one more card. I'll talk a little bit about the card that did pop out. This is the clouds. Now remember, the scythe is what you are having to cut forward or cut away. I know it's a little bit backwards to you, but the way I'm looking at it is you've got a storm on the horizon in regards to what the situation is that you need to cut away. But as you can see in the clouds are moving out. So for me, the cards are moving this way. So the storm is passing. One more card. I will have to use the book just to double check on whether the energies are outnumbered, yes or no. The first card, the scythe alone, that's a hard no. I do believe the clouds are also a hard no. So if your question was, are you winning the lottery this week, then the answer is a hard no. One more card for me, please. The home. This is definitely a positive card. So the scythe is a no. The clouds. Hate it when these booklets use thick paper and you can't turn the pages. Clouds, where are you? There you are. Pages were stuck together. Keywords: confusion, trouble, doubts, fear, setbacks. To the left, then it would be a no. But it is positive to the right, and this is going to be you cutting through the negative and the confusion and any doubts and fears and uncertainty that you have in regards to this Seven of Cups that leaves you with a lot of options. You are going to have to cut some of these options off. And as the storm moves away to the right, we have the house, and the house is a neutral maybe. So you've got some positive kind of reinforcements here. So with the house, this is a place of residence, whether it be an apartment or an actual house. These are your possessions. This is where you are comfortable and where you feel safe. And this relates a lot to dealing with anything involving your home. It's the stuff that goes on inside the home. It's the renovations, the repairs, and if you don't own your place of residence, then it is the activities that happen within it and possibly dealing with the landlord. This is a neutral maybe because of this combination going like this. You go from no to yes to maybe. So this is going to be a maybe to a yes for your yes or no question. I'm going to leave it here. Not sure how long this video is, partly due to the fact that I can't see shit on my screen. So I hope you guys have been able to hear and see everything all right. Like I said, I hope you like my new dining room. The only thing I have left is repairs to one room, and then the house can go on the market. So there's my stormy clouds that I have to cut out. I'm going through the cutting out process, cleaning out. Stormy times moving into clearer skies in regards to my home, and if anybody's interested in a nearly 100-year-old house, the ghost has been banished. I did get rid of that guy, so it's no longer haunted. You can contact my real estate agent in the near future, probably within the next week. Oh, fingers crossed. There's not much left to do, like I said, other than the room, which I need some help with doing, but that should be by the end of the week. So I am going to leave it here. This sounds like a busy week for a lot of people. I know in the cosmos, we're starting off really good on Monday, Tuesday. There's a lot of Venus in Libra energy, so that's soft. It wants romance. It's very positive type energy, but then Mercury comes in and he's trining other planets, and don't forget we've still got everybody from Jupiter back. That is in retrograde. So when you retrograde, when you've got another planet that's being a little sassy coming in, and I'm like, that's how communications are going to be at the end of the week. It's going to be, you want to give everybody the middle finger, so please don't do that. That's not nice, unless the other person deserves it. And if it's your boss, well, maybe go home and do a hot foot powder spell on them so they have some itchy feet for the weekend, and maybe they'll learn their lesson. But I'm going to leave it here, and I'll talk to you soon.